So I just watched the movie Birdman, which I realize I'm approximately 3 years minimum past the time when that was a relevant film to discuss, which is why I'm doing not a review, which I would really, really love to do, or an analysis of any kind, but instead this, whatever this is, a contemplation, a thought dump, an honest just thoughts about my life right now and how that movie was surprisingly pertinent to me. Because you see, 2 days ago, today's Friday, Wednesday, yes, 2 days ago, I turned 24. Yay, happy birthday. Look at this awesome balloon that my wife got for me. It's a sombrero that says Fiesta, in case you cannot tell. But as I turned 24 and had a somewhat contemplative day, as I so often do on my birthdays, I just was struck by the fact that I am a quarter of the way through my life, given a very generous lifespan, which I do not necessarily expect to have. A quarter. I could be as much as a third of the way through my life. And I know that a lot of people my age don't like to think about death, and I probably think about death a lot more than people my age should, or really anyone should. But as I watched the movie Birdman, I was struck by how much truth it has about the inexorability of time marching ever onward. Because if you haven't seen the movie or know nothing about it, Birdman does this really interesting thing where the entire course of the film, aside from the first 30 seconds, appears to have zero cuts or edits in it the entire way through. There's a constantly moving camera and it's shifting around and behind obstacles to hide some cuts, but don't let that spoil the whole illusion. It's an amazing feat, incredibly impressive. That's why the film, one of the many reasons the film won a ton of Academy Awards the year it came out. But you see, filmmakers don't just do things to be difficult on themselves, because so help me, I can't imagine how difficult that style made making this movie. Yeah, I'm sure it was a nightmare. No, you don't just put obstacles in front of yourself to overcome them. You choose artistic decisions like that in order to validate and improve and impress upon the audience the themes you're attempting to convey with all of the more impact. So, having literally just finished watching the movie and then turning on this camera, I was trying to figure out why that decision was made by the film director whose name I will not even attempt to pronounce. And the movie is a lot of things. It's a commentary on how difficult it is to be an actor. It's a commentary on how you have to be willing to throw away everything to pursue your dreams sometimes. It's a commentary on mental illness and how stress can break down a human being. It's all of those things, but I think more than anything, it is a commentary on how life doesn't stop. Because we're following this character, Riggin Thompson, played by Michael Keaton, around his life, and he just needs a break. He's constantly talking about how he's exhausted, how he needs some more time to get things ready. He's not sure if his play is going to be ready to open, and they're in the final previews. I realize that I'm just throwing plot points at you. Go look it up on Wikipedia if you want to understand it better. He wants a break, but it doesn't stop. He gets more and more tired. He gets more and more confused. He gets more and more worried. He gets more and more convinced that he's not going to have enough time to pull things off. He gets more and more concerned, looking back at all of the time he's wasted because he doesn't know his daughter at all, and he lost his wife, who he really truly does still love. All of these moments slipped away from his grasp without even thinking about them. And that, I think, is the true reason behind this filming style, in that the camera doesn't stop. It's constantly pulling you from one scene to the next. Sure, there are sometimes hours that pass through clever edits and sky shots that switch to time lapses, and then it comes back down to the actors. Time moves on, but you're never given a break, or the actors aren't ever given a break, metaphorically speaking, to recollect and try things again. Things happen once, their consequences are felt, and then the next thing has to happen. And that's how life works. I look back at my 24 years of existence and wonder how many, infinitely many moments have just gone by without me even noticing them. I'm notorious for not really having memories of a large portion of my life, and that seems like a weird thing to say. I mean, I'm fairly young, I've got a pretty robust brain. You'd think I could remember anything, but so many huge chunks of my life are absent in my brain, and I have to think it's because I wasn't really paying any attention when they were happening. So many times I'll get to the end of a day and look back, a work day especially, and I'll think, what did I just do for 8.5, 9 hours that will never, ever come again? And as those moments and those hours and those days and those weeks and those months and those years add up to 24 hours, or yeah, I've been alive for 24 hours, 24 years and 2 days, and actually not even 2 full days, 24 years and 1 day and 20-ish hours. That's how long I have been in existence on this earth, and that is a small number, but it's a big portion of all I'm gonna get. Man, this got deep. It wasn't really supposed to get all this deep, but I think really one person said it best, and that would be God, through whomever author he was using at the time, when he wrote that life is but a vapor, and it is easily blown away by the slightest of turbulences. And we are left with whatever small vapor we are given to do what we can and just not waste it. And I don't want to waste it, and I know that I'm probably being real hard on myself, but sometimes someone has to, and people who love you aren't always willing to be as hard on you as they ought to be. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but I think it did. So those are my thoughts on life, on aging, on turning 24. Happy birthday again, I guess, on the movie Birdman. And I think that's it. So I'm going to go continue living those moments. Most of the next few hours worth of moments will consist of me writing thank you cards for my wedding, because I realized that those probably should have gone out within 3 months. But that's okay. I'm going to finish them today. I'm going to go. My cat is being very cute on a chair right there. Think about this, you guys. Deuces.